这个南兰坡大树的，中间南兰坡大树。
肯定比较有钱。
都大树，都在这里看南兰坡大树。哎，这种没有。这个好。
Story? Then it's just a story. But it's big.
来进来几个人一点。
来，过。
对，拿完后来地方直接远哦。啊？
So we have free entry today, 19th for the World Heritage Day.
इसमें बताना
The new one is quite new that I know.
I'm not sure where it was. There's a new Nalanda.
唔係金啊，冇咗啊，嗰度都係嚟㗎，係咯。
English.
Oh, follow you. Okay, we shall.
Okay. Come.
For a minute, I thought you were holding the umbrella. Delusion. Yeah.
Some thought it would be a tour guide flag.
All you need to do is add a Kachara flag.
Yeah, right.
Eh?
Archaeological. The rest of the top are all. 有3個啊！牛扒、魚扒。
Yeah, go first.
Wow, this one is the same one. China 揾嗰個秦始皇嘅金馬
兵馬俑。
兵馬俑咁啊！
Because someone cut it down.
Yeah, I will chop down. Okay. Master.
So at first, welcome to the World Heritage Site Nalanda. I am Kamala Singh, tourist guide here, and I am going to show around the excavated remains of Nalanda Mahavihara. So Nalanda is a place hallowed by the memory of the Buddha. The Pali Buddhist literature contains many references to Nalanda. It is said in course of his journeys, Buddha often halted at this place. In that period, Nalanda was a developed town containing a famous mango grove called Pavarik Mango Grove. In Jaina text also, Nalanda was described as a prosperous suburb. Suburb means outer skirt. Indeed, so important was the place that Lord Mahavir also spent as many as 14 renaissance years, 3 at Nalanda and 11 at Rai. Like Buddhism, Jainism is another religion in India, and Lord Mahavir was its 24th religious preacher. So the birthplace of Buddha's two chief disciples, Sariputra and Moggalayan, was in the vicinity of Nalanda. So Nalanda was not only birthplace of Sariputra, but also demise place of Sariputra, where Emperor Asoka in 3rd century BC built a stupa for remains of Sariputra. The place rose into prominence in 5th century AD when Kumar Gupta, first and emperor of Gupta dynasty, built a monastery here. So about 1000 years after Buddha, monastery was erected. Several other monasteries were also built while ruling kings of Gupta dynasty. It was further patronized and rebuilt by King Harshvardhan of Kannauj in 7th century AD and again by Pala kings of East India in 9th century AD. Besides it, Purnavarman, Bipul Srimitra monk, king of Sumatra, Balputra Dev, names of these patrons are also worth noting. So this Nalanda Mahavihara or university was not only an ancient seat of Buddhist learning, it was also a great ancient seat of Shaman culture. The name and fame of Nalanda is spread far and wide in the Buddhist world, which attracted scholars from remote corners of Asia. Scholars used to come and study under the guidance of renowned teachers of the university. So this university was visited by two Chinese pilgrims, Venerable Xuanzang and Icing in 7th century CE. At first Xuanzang was a student, later on he became a teacher of this university. In those days, 10,000 students and 2,000 teachers engaged themselves to studies and higher academic pursuits. So university had fish library also named Sea of Gems, Ocean of Gems and Gems add-on. This university was destroyed by an Afghan invader, Bhakhtyar Khilji, at the end of 12th century AD. The famous library was set on fire. By 1235, the Nalanda Mahavihara had been ravaged at least thrice. A Tibetan monk scholar, Dharma Swami, who was the last eyewitness of Nalanda Mahavihara, noted that 84 monasteries and 14 chaityas, temples, set ablaze by the army of Bhakhtyar Khilji and reducing to ruins. only 2 monasteries were in irregular condition. In 14th century AD, Chagal Raja of Bengal patronized Nalanda. He repaired some damaged building. He didn't build any new structure, but he restored. So anyway, university flourished up to 14th century AD, and after that the place became deserted, and with the passage of time found covered with the debris, even the name of Nalanda University was forgotten. It was British archaeologist Sir Alexander Cunningham who identified this site with ancient Nalanda in 1861-62 on the basis of locations given by Chinese Mr Singh, and then a regular excavation started by Department of Archaeology in 1915, stopped in 1937. For 22 years that whole portion was excavated, and a Chaitya temple site over there excavated later on from 1974 to 82. Now more than 1 square kilometer area has been excavated by Archaeological Survey of India. So here the grand plan of Nalanda remains consists of 2 components. One row is monastery complex, 11 discovered in that row. Other row is chaityas or temples. So 4 chaityas inside, 1 over there, and the last here that gate. So up to now 6 chaityas or 11 monasteries discovered in this area. So the literal meaning of Nalanda is Nalam Dadati, giver of lotus. Lotus is the symbol of knowledge. So the literal meaning of Nalanda is the place which imparts knowledge. In those days, university had 4 gates in 4 directions. Scholars were posted there. Actually, they were admission in charge, as Nalanda was a seat and seminary of higher learning and research. As such, the admission test of the university was pretty difficult, not in general, but in a school of discussions. So Nalanda was famous for its school of discussions, and only 2 or 3 of the 10 succeeding. Admission test was conducted by that scholar at the gate. So which kind of test? Test of the subject and test of the personality. Okay.
Yeah, right, yeah.
कहाँ जाएंगे कहाँ जाएंगे
आप लोग जरा साइड हो जाइए, साइड प्लीज। एक साइड तो ना, उन्होंने वीडियो में क्या घुसे हुए? क्या?
ये भैया इन लोग का भी है प्रॉपर्टी, मेरा प्रॉपर्टी है।
एक साइड से तो तुम्हारा थोड़ी कर रहे हैं प्रॉपर्टी है।
Cannot be because if you talk to them, you will not be here. You know, you'll be the one who.
You'll be Sariputta.
Yeah.
Top student will be the one who teach. They got 2,000 teacher
If talk to them, talk to them today. It will be somewhere else. Will not be here.
Maybe Pastor David is a top student, was a top student.
नालंदा में ये बड़गांव है।
यह पता है कि कोई जानता है हम लोग को भी नहीं पता
Let's go.
यही ना
已经卖到世界各地去了。
Please assemble here. Come this way. My explanation is clear? Good. So, this side, come. Let them go. Let them go. This monastery line is standing up to those trees and this side also. So up till now 11 monasteries covered. I would like to mention here that in our city had been running more than 700 years. So one building was not sufficient for the whole place. In those days there was tradition when the first structure was damaged, the subsequent builders did not generally disturb the old plan. They built on the remains of the older structure, using its old walls and hard debris as foundation for the new walls. So due to some religious sentiment, they did not remove debris of older structure, covered there and rebuilt there. But archaeologists of India had shown around different places by excavating. So here we can see one room for big rooms. All those were rooms, then corridor, then open courtyard. So this belongs to Gupta period. First, after 200 years, in 7th century, that monastery was built, then Lord Gupta was covered. After 200 years, so this river was found, built up to there, the whole portion excavated by department to show around different places. This century, 7th century, and 9th century. So now this monastery number 5, upper is monastery number 4. So this was extension of monastery number 4, not an independent monastery. And we can see here thickness of the wall, 8 feet. Why so thick? Because buildings were multi-storied and no piling system in those days. Basement foundation was so strong for load bearing. And being so thick, it was just like a natural AC also. So monastery number 5, monastery number 1, and this was wide passage between two blocks. Let us see first. Green light is okay. Green light is okay. Ready.
Wow.
Yeah, that is the temple of the Sariputra.
That is the temple of Sariputra. The left one is the temple of Sariputra. Yeah, that one. The one on my right is temple of Shariputra. Temple of Shariputra.
The one, the big one.
Yeah, tell the rest one. Just pass down the line.
Monasteries discovered in this row. So this is a row of monasteries, 11 monasteries.
थोड़ा सा माइक हटा के रखिएगा तो साफ आवाज आएगा.
हाँ, so this is 11 monasteries in this row. And new entrance, now we are here. We have seen monastery number 5 near that gate. So we can see here architectural plan is identical. All around living rooms, then common corridor, this middle portion by hall, their lecture hall, prayer hall, assembly hall. This was the podium used by the teacher to deliver lectures. Behind shrine, a statue of Buddha, and entrance. So living, teaching, worshipping at a place. The capacity of a monastery was of average 30 students in one floor. Buildings were 2 or 3 stories according to archaeological survey of India, 4 restored account to Chinese pilgrim, and 6 restored account to other students. What when we see flight of a step in the corner means monastery by minimum 2 restored, if not more, evidence is there. So now 11 exposed as per history, 108 monasteries.
Wow.
The plan of the Buddhist monastery is almost identical throughout the country, even abroad, for instance, Afghanistan, Ceylon, etc. Because the planners of the Buddhist monastery followed the same guideline as such in the Vinaypita, that conformity. So residential complex. This type of monastery started in Taxila in 1st century BC. Before, monastery means single room for one monk, but started in Taxila. At Nalanda, that plan was developed, and plan of Nalanda also followed by other Buddhist sites like Bikramchila in Bhagalpur, Odanpuri at Vihar Sharif, Jagdallah and Sompura in Bangladesh. So this is a contribution of Nalanda to Buddhist architecture. So residential complex, row of chaityas or temples. Astupa site number 3, that monument is serving as the reference point for the site. This site is known as Sariputra Stupa. Sariputra, you know, was the chief disciple of the Buddha. This site has seen 7 pairs of rebuilding, built 7 times here. 12, 13 and 14, 3 more temples, 12 mound over there, 13 behind those trees and 14 last mound. So all 3 temples had seen 2 pairs of rebuilding, Gupta and Pala. No statue of Buddha is there, only place is there. And remains of 2 temples behind, 1 temple site over there and the last is there yet. So up till now 6 temples and 11 monasteries discovered. As Nalanda University was specialized in Agrayana Mahayana Buddhism, advanced form of Mahayanism, which is 2 branches, Mantrayana and Vajrayana. So a complete row was for worship, other for study. Worship and study had gone side by side at Nalanda Monastery. Okay.
Thank you.
Temple.
Then we will go inside. I have searched shadow for you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Stand here. That's your place.
Nice.
They are all here?
Those who love
I start. So, listen to me. So, here all these were platforms used for meditation in open air. Because meditation or mental discipline was an important part of education at Nalanda Monastery. Nalanda University was primarily a Buddhist monastery where monks lived and they led a life of meditation and contemplation. That's why the aims of their life was total enlightenment. So education in those days also divided in 3 parts: learning, practices and realization. When its area extended, other monasteries also built nearby. Its name became Nalanda Mahavihara. We call it university in modern term. And when it became Mahavihara or university, the subjects studied at the monastery ranged by to include all branches of learning. Perhaps entire knowledge available in that period, they were drawn from different fields of learning: Buddhist and Brahminical, sacred and secular, philosophical and practical, science and arts. Some traditional subjects mentioned by Swansang: logic, grammar, medicine, fine arts, metaphysics, astronomy. Even Vedas, text of Hinyan and Mahayana, Buddhist and non-Buddhist philosophy. Historian Radha Kumud Mukherjee opined that 100 professors lectured every day, but major emphasis was being on philosophy and religion. Nalanda was also famous for art, architecture and iconography. Besides formal lectures, learning was by discussion and interrogation, as noted by Shensang. So 14th Dalai Lama called it science of mind. Nalanda was also famous for its galaxy of scholars like Nagarjuna, Aryadeva, Ashang, Vasubandhu, Dignag, Dharmapal, Silbhadra, Dharmakirti, Shantarakshit, Padmasambhav. They were head of the monastery vice chancellor. When Swensam was 20 years in 7th century AD, head of the monastery was Silbhadra. Under his guidance he studied Yogachar Bhumi Shastra. Yogachar Bhumi Shastra. So Swensam was among top 10 scholars of Nalanda University, and his teacher Silbhadra in that period was the highest living authority of Yoga Shastra. Now whole library site was one. Only work of Silbhadra is now preserved in Tibetan translation named Arya Buddha Bhumi Vyakhya. Okay. He was teacher of Nalanda University. He was head of the monastery in eastern Tibet and founded their Tibetan Buddhism in Tibet and Bhutan. So this is monastery number 1 as named by department, and here this was the entrance here. Both is that side and that side contain a stucco figure of a guardian deity. Front room was main shrine. That statue of Buddha was visible while going inside. So there was tradition while going inside. Students and teachers saluted Buddha, reciting, I go to the Buddha for rupees, I go to the doctrine for rupees, I go to the order for thrice. This was tradition. And this monastery was also international monastery for Java Sumatra students, because this monastery was funded by King of Sumatra, Balput Dev, when Devpal was the ruling king of this country.
Video kind video.
Original cannot be on top of the
Because this portion was covered up to here and then opened by department, then this was newly built for discharging rainwater. Olden we will see inside. Olden.
Original, new.
Oh, this is the original wall. These are the newer
It's just to hold the structure.
to hold the structure.
I told you in charge of admission. Admission test was conducted there. Only 2 or 3 of the 10 succeeding. Question asked from subject and also personality. After that they were admitted. It's very difficult. Sir, please. So here one room for all scholar, for all student, one room. They are living plus meditation rooms for all person. And these halls were their message box, letter box, post box, better to say. And thickness of the wall 6 feet. So naturally see, cement lintel inserted later on. Originally wooden lintel, but it was destroyed. And outer bricks are reassured inside always. So one room for all student living rooms.
These are all their living quarter lah.
These are all their living quarters. So this is post box. Post box.
Yes.
Meditation room.
好大嘅咩？咁大，佢哋做乜都喺入邊做嘅，佢哋住喺呢度。
They cook themselves, I think.
Yes。
冇頂㗎？梗係有啦。
有啦，呢個係俾你知佢 exact spot 喺邊度啫。
Nalanda，我哋整一個喺茄花。呢個係紅磚，紅磚係凍嘅散熱，送喺窿都有。
工廠。有兩種㗎，係一種紅磚實啲，係咪你睇斜嘅咧？係嗰種同散熱啲。
哇！
Come.
So please. So that was the podium used by the teacher. And this was lecture hall. This chapter between later period. When this was lecture hall, that was not built. This was between later period. When Nalanda became center of Tantrayana Buddhism. Then this was used for ritualistic practices in the middle.
So come here.
So here, that a squarish structure was shrine containing a statue of Buddha inside. At the gate, both sides shining mica stone. Those mica stones contained carving with a scroll work and also dot flying figures here and there. But upper shining portion found broken, non-replacement. These are lower portion mica stone, it's shining in the sunlight. So that was shrine. Here we can see three different levels of lecture hall. 5th century, 7th century and 9th century. It is said that this monarchy has seen 9 occupational periods, but 3 periods we can see clearly. 5th, 7th and 9th century. Well in the corner for drinking water, and those 2 rooms were their granary, storeroom, for storage of food and rice, etc. Burnt rice collected from inside, now house inside museum, that's why known as granary. And feature of these rooms, the roofs are vaulted, roof is in chapter paper. So storeroom, well, and 3 levels of lecture hall, that was chapter in the later period, and shrine. Monastery number 1 here. Yes.
On our street.
Number 1.
Is the well.
This is stupa.
这个上面那么深，
This is stupa.
以前有放那个沙利布抓的玻璃里面摆。真的很大那个。
1000多万你又跑上。
你每个 spot 要去看一下的。
每个 给我拍下来，我不希望。
哇，它那个雕刻还有在耶，
It's so beautiful.
它的那个雕刻。
来来来
哇，来，
，because after the finish Nalanda University, maybe 4 to 5 hours going to Vaishali.
OK，
So please,
faster，
faster.
快点，呀，快点，
开店。
快点，
快
点。
快点，快
点。
还要讲轻快点。
不要急啊，不要再为难人家。
轻快点。
Just 5 minutes here, 5 minutes, 1 minute.
Okay. 1
5
minute.
minutes here, then I say 5 minutes.
Okay.
Whoa, I need to shake, man. 哇，你不顺了，所以还有雨伞呢，在车。OK。
Yes, ready. So this monument is named by department site number 3 and also known as Sariputta Stupa. So this is the site where Ashoka built a stupa over remains of Sariputra. After Ashoka it was rebuilt 6 times. So total 7 piers here, 7 occupational piers. 4 levels which were built before university are covered under that plinth. And 3 SSF which were built during university, we can see separate flight of 5th century, 7th century, 9th century. At the top there was colossal statue of Buddha facing north, now a statue is not there, only pedestal is there. And those are stucco figures of Buddha and Bodhisattva, those were built in the 5th period, means of Gupta period. Provided with 4 corners of stupa and walls were decorated with the rows of niches containing well model stucco figure of Buddha and Bodhisattva. Those are specimens of Buddha. Those sculptures are 1,500 years old. And all around variety of votive stupa and shrine as well containing a statue of Buddha. And main building Sariputta Stupa, which personality was second to the master. So giving importance to this site, it was built again and again 7 times. Before university and during university. Because Sariputra period is also 5th century BC. He was chief disciple of the Buddha. So in BC and AD both time, it was built 7 times total. And the remaining statue remains of 12, 13 and 14, 3 more temples. This 2 period, Gupta period and Pala period. No statue of Buddha is there, only sanctum or priest is there. So this complete to the wall for worship as a for university line and temple. If you like to pray or you want like to worship, you can sit in the shadow if you want. There. And if you have no time, and you because history of this place is 1,000 years before university, 2,600 years old. So it was built before and after.
What year was Shariputra?
Huh?
What year was Shariputra?
Sariputra was birthplace in the locality of Nalanda, and here Sariputra was built by Emperor Ashoka. There were other. He was native of this place.
Oh,
Native of this place.
Aaron，
Further out 咯。
And then the purpose of it, the purpose of
I mean, most of the history, our Indian friend, guide, he already explained, historical. But from the Buddhist perspective, we have a little bit more much of Nalanda, from the standpoint of the books, the teachings have been taken out in subsequent, because even during when in its heyday, the Tibetans were coming here already. The Chinese, the Tibetans, all around in this region, the Kashmiri, there are different races, different countries, or different kingdoms. So they've been coming here to study, and they've brought it to their countries. The one that collected the most were the Tibetans. So they came in succession of what is known as 3 to 4 waves. It's like a wave. Over time, it's like suddenly a lot of masters come and they brought back the one wave, the earlier wave, and it became the basis of the Nyingma tradition, the earliest one, which started off by, someone mentioned the name Padma Sambhava, Guru Rinpoche. Then subsequently Atisha brought in another wave, and then finally it was Tsongkhapa. Tsongkhapa never came to Nalanda, but he kind of brought all the teachings together, consolidated. So it's considered the three. Actually, there's 2 waves: the new translation, old translation. Okay, but nevertheless, let's not go into the technicalities so much. What the Tibetans took from here is the Buddhist aspect of the teachings. This monastery started as a Buddhist university, but it became much more than Buddhism. They developed all sorts of knowledge. It became so huge that they even started other religions, especially the local religions, the Brahmanical, Hindu lah, basically. The modern term is Hindu. The scholarly term is Brahmanical. Okay, because the Hindus, there are many sects or so. Just like the Tibetan Buddhism, there's the Kagyu, Sakya, Nyingma. The Hindus also, they have same thing. Okay, but let's not go into that so much. So they brought back the whole way the monastery is structured. Is brought back to Tibet. Hence, the monasteries that you see, like the one in India right now, the Tibetan monasteries, the way they organize the monastery is taken directly from here. The way they organize the monastery, the curriculum. Curriculum means what? What they study, the various subject matters. Also took from here. And one of the most interesting aspect is the debate, dialectics. The English word is dialectics. So yesterday, some of you witnessed a debate in Bodh Gaya, right? It's very rowdy. Yeah, the tradition stem from here. And in ancient India, the debate was used between the different spiritual traditions. In case you didn't know, Buddhism and Hinduism is not the only religion. There's other religions that develop. In this area, in this region, right? Besides Buddhism is the Jain. The Jains are very big here. Not Jane, yeah. Not Mary Jane. It's Jain. Okay, their religion is similar to Buddhism, but they're a little bit more strict. Very, very strict with the concept of non-harming. And I won't go so much into their doctrine and all that, but similar. So there are many holy spaces we share also with them. And okay, so regarding Nalanda, so debate, I want to talk a little bit about debate. Debate is a very, very interesting method of learning. It's a learning method. What you saw yesterday, in case you don't know, there was one nun versus a group of nuns. Okay, it's one. It's an examination method in the monastery. I'm not sure so much as the original in India, but probably similar. They probably use this as an exam. In India, it's different. Sorry. And in India, it's not just for exam. In India, it's used between the various spiritual traditions. They use it to convert people. Convert. So what happens is one will be the Buddhist, one will be the non-Buddhist. Okay? So one will be standing, one will be sitting. Or a group. You know? So what happens is you'll be sitting on layers and layers of cushion. And the person standing will present a point. Let's say all phenomena is impermanent. You slapped. The Tibetan way, they slap to start a point. So when they slap, means please respond. So they will slap and clap. Sorry, it's not slap. Clap and they woke you up, right? So they have to respond. So what happens is the debate will go on to a conclusion, whether you lose your point or there's a method. Of course, I'm not very familiar with the way they do it, but there's a method to decide whether which side wins. Once it's decided, the other person wins, a cushion will be taken away. So when all your cushions are taken away, you have no choice. You have to convert. You lose. You have to convert. So in ancient times, that's why the simple debate begins at the entrance. The entrance, normally the gatekeeper of most temples is someone who is like, don't know anything one. This monastery is different. The greatest pundits are stationed at the gate. Yeah.
So they can slap.
Don't come in if you fail, right?
So if you fail, the entrance is different. You don't convert. The entrance is you can't enter. People who want to enter is because they want to enroll. You have to prove worthy to enter. Not any scholar from any foreign land come in, they will allow to enter. It's very strict. It's just like you go to nowadays any of the universities. To enter into the university, you have to sit for exam. This one is similar in the sense that you have to prove your worth. They will give you a shloka. A shloka is a verse, and then you have to refute it. So if you are successful, you let you in. Then you can go to any of the departments. They are divided into different monasteries. Each of them are specialty in a particular field of study. And they have a library here also. The library is huge. When they raise this place, when the Muslims came, they burn it. The books, right, they have to burn for months, So imagine all the knowledge that were lost. But a lot of them have been brought already to Tibet. Fortunate for us, and only a small portion of that remains to today. Not everything remains, unfortunately. Okay, so famous luminaries of this place was mentioned by him, but the three very important one is mentioned because it's Rinpoche's previous life. His 7th gem Rinpoche's previous life. One of them is Naropada. I can't remember. I think it should be the same name. Another one is Virupa. He mentioned Dhammapala. When he was a scholar here, his name was Dhammapala. Virupa was later only, he was known as that. Okay, the third one is the last, as far as I know, the last abbot before the Muslims sacked this place, Shakya Sri Bhadra. He is not actually Indian, he is Kashmiri. It's a different country and they have their own customs and language. But he became the abbot. He became such a great scholar, he became the abbot. You must understand this is like a university, In order to be an important person here, you have to be a great scholar. Prove your just like in a monastery. Those who are sent to positions in a monastery, you have to be two things. You have to be academically very sound. You have to pass your exams with flying colors. You have to debate like crazy. You have to, second of all, your conduct. They will examine you based on your conduct. You cannot be, you're so knowledgeable, but you are actually very, very terrible, very stingy, very, petty. Your conduct is also, how do I say, examined before you're put in position. Okay, so yeah. Any questions?
Where does
Nagarjuna is also one of the.
What was he?
No, Nagarjuna is not part of Rinpoche's incarnation. There are three.
Nalanda University. Wasn't there Nagarjuna?
Yes, there's the Nagarjuna.
What was he?
Who is he, you mean?
What was he doing here?
He was a teacher, I think.
He was one of the great masters. Maybe abbot, I'm not really sure about that. Maybe abbot. Nagarjuna is important, very important for us because, especially Mahayana Buddhists, because he founded the middle way view. He didn't actually found it, but because after the Buddha passed away, the middle way view of emptiness died out with the Buddha. So apparently, when Buddha gave teachings, it was recorded down. It was smuggled into another world, the Naga world. In case you don't know what's a Naga, Naga is not human. It's they are snake-like beings, serpent-like beings, and it's a different. They live in a different world, lah. It's invisible to us. So what happened is Nagarjuna had an ability to go to their world, travel to their world, and he actually brought back the scriptures. And from that, he wrote his own commentaries, and he became the middle way philosophy, and it becomes central for Mahayana Buddhism. Okay. Anything else regarding this place before we do prayers? It's important. It's a very sacred place because many great masters was nurtured here. They come in as ordinary monks to study. They became great masters. They gain their attainments through their knowledge, through their meditation. Some they leave. Like for example, Rinpoche's incarnations, like Naropa, he was an abbot. He rose to become an abbot. Let me tell you a little bit of his story, then we start prayers, all right? Naropa was a great scholar in this, and he was posted in one of the gates, by the way. I forgot which gate. Southern Gate, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, that's not so important. He begins the most important scholar in the whole monastery. But one day, an old hag appeared to him, an old woman. You know, like one of those beggar women came and I questioned him and asked him, do you know the Dharma? He said, oh yeah, of course, I know, I studied, I know, blah, blah, you know, he answered. Then she laughed. She questioned him a few times. Finally, it arose within him that he didn't fully realize the Dharma yet. And the old hag told him, you need to seek your teacher out. The teacher is Tilopa. Gave him the name only, that's it. And then she disappeared. So that began a time of wandering for him. He left the monastery in search of this teacher. And the rest of the story you probably know. You know, he traveled all over India in search of Tilopa. And from Tilopa, he received a tantric initiation. Vajravarahi. And because Naropa is so devoted to his teacher, so devoted, the teacher didn't accept him as a student, you know, initially. When he came, he would beat him. This is what Rinpoche told us. He would beat him and say, I'm not your teacher, go away. Hit him. They refused to let him come near him. So, but he followed. Naropa was convinced that Tilopa is going to be my teacher. He followed. He followed far away because he don't want to be beaten, just like you, You don't want to be scolded, don't want to be beaten. You need. So Naropa, same thing. He's not enlightened yet. So what happened is follow. Then finally one day, there was a wedding. Actually, there's various versions of this story. There's one is a wedding, and then ask him to get the curry. Few times. Normally, Indian weddings are very generous. When a mendicant comes, mendicant means those holy men who are meditating one. They come, they'll give them. It's an offering offered to them. So after a few times, they realize this mendicant is something wrong, because Tilopa, after receiving the curry, right, I'm not enough. I want more. He doesn't get full, so he kept going back to get the curry, and then finally they say, no more curry for you, you greedy little
monster.
Yeah, so no more curry. And then he realized, oh no, I'm going to disappoint my teacher. So what he did was, he decided to steal. Oh no, how can a holy person steal and consider it good? His motivation. So I'm not saying, don't quote me and say Pastor there or Rinpoche say steal is good for your guru. No, different circumstances different, okay? For you it's not the same. That doesn't mean you can do it. Okay, so what happens, he stole. What happened is his thought process was, according to Rinpoche, was that, oh, I'm a mendicant, I cannot steal. So when I steal, right, tiu ga, they say. For a holy man to do something bad is extremely embarrassing. They only have to do good things. So he decided, he kept playing in his mind. Finally, he let go of it. He just let go. Whatever I will do, since my guru asked for more, I will just get it. He let go of all preconceived notions of what is right and what is wrong. That was what created the merit, not the act of stealing. No, okay, don't misunderstand the story. So he let it go, and he decided to take and offer the guru. When the guru think, I'm satisfied. Then finally he drew. Rimiji said in the sand, he used a stick. He drew a circle, and drew the mandala of Vajravarahi, a version, emanation of Vajrayogini. And then it is said that Naropa only went, and then after sent him off to meditate, do retreat on Vajrayogini. Only 6 months only apparent. 6 months he did retreat, he gained vision. And the vision is known as Vajrayogini. Naro Kachari Vajrayogini. Naro Kachari means Naropa's Vajrayogini. So she appeared slightly different. So we will, because of that, we will do the praise. There's a Vajrayogini praise. Wait. I'm finished. One version of the story is like that. Another version of the story, I'll tell you a few. Another version, the guru got really fed up one day, very angry with Naropa. He take out a shoe, and slapped him, hit him real hard. If us, we call the police already. If Rimurji did that to us, I did, definitely I wouldn't dare do that to you. Sorry. He slapped him with the slipper on his head. When it hit him, right, he passed out. Then he woke up, right? When he woke up, realization. Yeah, he said that one story was like that. There are various trials and tribulations of Naropa. Tilopa really go to the extreme with Naropa. So, but because of his faith in the Guru, realization dawned very, very quickly. So that's why it said that all the teachings of Naropa are very effective on a tantric level. The meditations, there are few teachings that descend down from Naropa. One of them is Vajrayogini, Narokachari, or Narokacho. Narokacho is Tibetan, Narokachari is Sanskrit. That's Vajrayogini. Another one is the 6 yogas of Naropa. It is a form of exercises, tantric exercises that you do. 6 of them. Alright? Yeah, that is the story of Naropa. He used to be here. Alright? Okay, shall we?
Put on TikTok.
Then they will kind of show off.
屋企都有好多個瘦蚊蚊嘅，佢哋仲係有幾優肉。
What's the rice? The minute here for your 20幾歲啊？佢就肥。Married 咗，有少就拆。嗰個粗啊，打粗啊。
Amul lassi. पैसा लेते जा रहे हो
I want Sprite also. Sprite and Coke. गाड़ी पूरा जाम लगा